Welcome to the Tone Jerks podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower. With me today is
Kyle McIntyre.
He's a host.
I'm like furniture, you know?
You're always
around here.
You're always there. I'm always just laying all over you.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring that back.
All right.
Reel that back in. Anyways, what's new, Kyle? What's new in your world? What's shaking? What's grooving? And what is good?
So not a whole lot, but I remember...
Oh, let's move on then.
Next topic.
How do you like that?
Yeah, it feels great actually.
Oh, okay.
Could we do that more
How do you
often?
like-
Steamroll me.
Like them marbles.
So last episode I talked about a pedal. I talked about the Il Torino pedal, and I didn't really tell you how much I actually paid for it.
It was my bad. I cut you off.
Yeah, you dickhead.
Talk about it.
So I got a good deal on it. The guy wanted like...
How good?
It was so good. What kind of deal? Guy wanted $80. I got it for $55. Shipped. So
That's pretty good.
guy buckled.
Yeah. Under the pressure.
Yeah.
He knew that he had an MXR and he wasn't getting any better than $55.
Yeah. And I still really love that pedal.
No matter how custom shop it was.
And I talked about how I didn't like the Distortion 3. I actually like that pedal
Are you
too.
backpedaling now?
I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
I'd like to redact that.
So what don't you like, or what do you like about it that you thought you didn't?
It's a different voice. It has a different it's like a metal, like a thicker, heavier tone. Before it was like next to a new pedal that's like brand new. You're like, oh, that one sounds like shit. And then I played them both. I'm like, oh, okay, actually this one.
Yeah, you're just getting new pedals for days, and so
I
you
know.
can't even like marinate on one. You're just like shock value.
Let's see, was it right now? I have 6 MXR pedals.
Yeah,
6 MXRs,
and then
and maybe another one on the way.
oh,
Well, it's a little teaser. You can stick around.
stick around for the next episode to see what he gets. Okay.
Yeah. So
So you
that's
do,
basically it.
It is worth the purchase.
Yeah.
You get that one for like what, $40 or whatever.
What you're saying the
Distortion 3.
Yeah, I got the Distortion 3 and the Distortion Plus for $40
Yeah.
each.
That's not bad.
So, you know.
It's good to just jump into that and you're not too much of a risk at all, really.
Not even. And if I want to sell them, which I probably won't, because even if I hated the pedal, I probably wouldn't sell it.
It's a good doorstop, yeah.
Yeah. Really heavy.
Yeah.
Paperweight, dust collector. Brian, what's new with you?
Yeah, I have a shit ton, so
Get ready, everybody.
get ready.
And clean yours
So,
up.
yeah, no, I mean, I've been trying to make an effort to go out to see live bands, local bands once a week. And so far, it's so good. I went out to a show past couple, went out to one East County at the Bancroft. Saw some punk bands and then touring bands. And then I went to another show, this last one at the Tower Bar, local San Diego. Saw our friends Hardly Human and saw another band from Salt Lake City.
Did you ask them if they know Cole?
Yeah, I mean, he said, do you know Cole Duke?
Oh, shit.
And it's like, oh, shit, dog.
Oh, snap. We know Cole.
Oh, shoot. Shoot, Ma. We drink
Not from fucking Alabama.
We drink Mountain Dew Lights all day, dude. And then I saw the local band Fallen Monuments. They were really good, and it was a lot of fun. But I've solidified myself as being that guy that just goes to shows and starts peeking at everybody's pedal boards and checking everybody's gear out and trying to force conversations about gear to people. And no, I mean it was all really good. And then did bring up the podcast, talking to a couple people as we got more into gear, and some people have heard of us, and it's actually really cool that we're getting out there, and local San Diego musicians, it was the whole point that they're actually starting to follow it and be like, yo, Tone Jerks, I know you were playing with that pilot, but I didn't know you were them. I follow you on Instagram, and I like your posts about pedals and shit like that. I'm actually learning a little bit more about gear from you guys.
Not anime, but pedals.
No, I mean, slowly but surely.
Yeah, you're going to turn the world, Brian.
Changing the world.
One shit post at a time.
One anime shit post at a time. It's like, should I post gear and try and promote the Tone Jerks? Or should I shit post? Nah, fuck it. We're going to shit post.
Jamming that shit post button.
Shit post some anime memes. So no, it's cool. I mean, it was actually a lot of fun, and people were talking to me about gear, and then I always love just finding those people. There's some people who don't care. There's some people who really do care. You go to see a punk band, you're thinking none of them are going to care, but there's sometimes just grabbing a, humbucker guitar and putting it through a Marshall JCM 900 you fucking give a shit about your tone, and they do, and they dial it in right, and it's cool to see bands do that. And like Hardly Human, they kind of focus with gear and their own sound of like they're trying to fit in their own pocket with the frequencies.
Yeah.
Guitar player, the lead guy, plays an orange Thunder 30, the TH30, and he's like more like focused on like the upper mids and mids. The guitar player, the rhythm singer, he's focusing more on the like mid scooped. Like he has even a big muff that he constantly leaves on the whole time, and then he uses an MXR EQ to kind of dial it in.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you're like, whoa, MXR, I'm
back it up,
I'm back, baby. It was a lot of fun, and so to me, I'm like, oh shit, dude, I'm just like that guy that goes to shows, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah, so things are like that. We have a show coming up with Just in Case. So Brian Rash, our drummer, for Playing Without a Pilot, I played bass for his band. We have a show coming up, and I'm excited about that. Practices are going well. The show's coming up this week, so it'll have already passed by the time this one comes out.
Am I doing merch, bro? Is that what you're having me do?
No, you're security, dude.
Oh, okay. Well, I cut my beard, so
oh god,
I just turned it back a little bit.
Yeah, just get a toothpick in your mouth, though. You'll be good. With some toothpick and some aviators, you'll be all right. You're like,
you lost?
You lost, boy? I'm like, I'm trying to get into the door.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to frisk it. Some dude.
Gotta check your bag of pants, sir.
Yeah, so it's a lot. I mean, it's cool. That's going for me. I like playing bass. Do you like playing bass? I'd like bring that up, like I
hate it.
I never asked you in the 15 years.
You know
bass
what?
is fun.
I'm thinking about it. And I quit.
Yeah, in a band.
Thanks for asking, Brian.
Bass is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you saying that guitar sucks?
No, it's just like I'm just like I love that whole aspect. I'm like, oh, you're locking in with the drummer. I'm like, oh shit, this is kind of cool. And I'm like, I don't sing for the band. I just play bass. I'm like, man, this is fun. Like,
it's hard to lock in and do what you want to do and sing.
Yeah.
But you can do it. But you know, the thing is like you don't want to be stepping over your own self.
Yeah. I could imagine that. I can't. I've never really sung and played bass before.
Because when I was like, you know, younger, I would like, I'm gonna walk up to that high E while I'm singing. I'm like, but that's cutting away from what I'm actually, singing. That's like closer to my range.
Yeah, you don't want to be like, oh shit,
So,
I'm gonna do this.
I'm more mindful of that
sick
now.
bass line that's gonna like take away from my actual words. No, it's cool. So I'm having a lot of fun. Bass work sounds pretty good. You know?
Oh yeah.
Jazz bass through pretty much just your rig, basically.
Fuck. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, my rig sounds pretty sick.
Yeah. No, I dig it. I'm having fun with that. Okay. Another what's new as far as gear.
Yeah.
So
this is a big one.
Kind of, we kind of alluded to this earlier in other podcasts, but it actually happened. I got a new pedal day yesterday.
Oh.
Got this one, like I'm not joking around. I'm doing the all anime pedal board. I got straight from Osaka, Japan, shipped.
Wait, is there another Osaka?
Osaka to me. That's stupid.
Oh my god.
We just lost the one Japanese listener. A K-On! Pedal. So K-On! Is an anime series about like a band, an all girl band, and they're called Hokago Tea Time. And
what is that? What's the real name?
The real English translation is After School Tea Time. It's not interesting. Thanks for asking that.
Is it tea time like they're golfing?
No, they're having tea.
Oh.
It's really interesting. So it's from a fun like music slice of life anime, and they decided to market that and get more money out of the series by putting the characters on a pedal. And the pedal I have, I'm
taking money out of some poor weeb's pocket.
Yeah, and I'm like, shit, I gotta buy that. No, it's an OCD clone. So I think a lot of people are just saying it's a Joyo pedal, like the Ultimate Drive or whatever, and they just stripped it and put the anime graphics on it.
Did you just sell your OCD like 2 months ago?
Yeah, and so I got this one.
Yeah, hell yeah, I did. This one's for
way
the new model.
Fucking better.
Upgraded.
And I made sure to get a real proper power supply.
Well, you were saying that it's designed better.
I think it's
right?
quieter. Well, I mean, I've noticed, like, 'cause everybody always complains
And
OCD.
what, you're running a Donner power supply or
No,
something?
God, I'm running a real one. Voodoo
Daisy
Labs.
chain?
Yeah, I'm running a daisy chain. It actually came with a battery. Like, it was shipped from Japan.
With the battery connected,
With
right?
a battery in there connected.
Well, that's
And-
what they do Boss pedals with.
Yeah, they're fine. It's cool. So,
You're gonna explode the bat. Who cares?
no, so I was, like, really excited. eBay did this 1-day sale, like random, like on a Sunday or Saturday or something like that. Like one day. It was like 12-hour sale. It's like 25 or 20% off anything on eBay.
Dang.
I was like, what? And so I could have done like a guitar, which I shouldn't have done, and I'm glad I didn't do one. So I've seen like I saw used guitars. I'm like, let me just type this code in and see if it works. But I don't want to be like, oh, I'm gonna drop like $1,200 on a guitar or something like that. Whereas it's like $100 for this pedal, which is really overpriced for like a Joyo pedal.
Yeah.
With anime characters on it. But I'm like, okay, I could get it for like about under $80 shipped to my house. Shipped from Japan. It shipped from Japan in like 8 days. It came to my house. That's pretty good.
Dang. That is pretty good.
Sometimes we can't even get pedals shipped from like 2 hours of
San Jose.
Yeah, from like Northern California. We can't even get those shipped in 10 days. Because the assholes are like, oh, I'm going to sleep on this. I mean, I already got the money, so I'll pack it later. I got a lot of stuff going on.
I got a lot of weed to smoke.
I got a
a lot of product to move
a
through.
lot of blunts to roll. But yeah, no, so I was pretty stoked on that. It sounds really good. It's not just because of the whole kitschiness of the pedal, which is the main reason I bought it, but I'm like, it's a good OCD clone. It sounds good. It looks cool, and it fits exactly what I needed for my anime board.
You say needed?
Oh, I needed
or
it.
wanted it.
Okay, I wanted it. Yeah, so far, rundown of the anime board. I have the K-On! Drive pedal. I have the Dragon Ball Z, the Saiyan drive from Ares Effects. That's fucking sick. And then I also have the infamous Miku Korg pedal.
Yeah.
That is garbage.
You should figure out a way to get that to actually work.
I think if I just run enough like drive and delay and reverb pedals through it, it's gonna.
Just this is what you do. You just have, like you have it on your regular board, you have a cable in one, your in and out is the same cable.
Yeah.
And then you just bypass your cable underneath it to the next pedal.
Just bypass the
and just leave it on the whole time. And someone's like, just do the same thing. You're like, this is where it's all coming from.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's I gotta.
What else is there? I mean, what else could you acquire? Because I looked at some other K-On! Pedals, and those are little steeper than the ones.
I have no fucking idea why. There's other K-On! Pedals with like individual characters. The guitar, like there's
There's
guitar
our
players,
bass pedal too. 2
guitar players and a bass player for the quote unquote band. They are from the K-On! Band. Their pedals are like $600. I'm like, what the hell is this pedal? It's like a drive like preamp pedal. I'm like, what the fuck is in there? Like gold?
Yeah.
I'm not getting those. So,
you say that, but I don't believe you.
I don't know. But I mean, I have ideas for getting custom made pedals from some really cool companies. So keep an eye out on. I'm sure you guys all give a shit.
Yeah, we're all really caring.
You're all like at the edge of your
you
seats.
even lost me.
Yeah. So that's it. That's one of my new things. And then I guess this is a shout out, like question for you too. I need new headphones, like earbuds. Like, what do you listen to for music? Like I have the Apple earbuds, like the classic, like the white ones, and I use those. Like that's my go-to for years because people just like have given them to me because they're like, oh, I got these with my phone. I don't fucking want them, so they give them to me. I'm like, hell yeah, but these are starting to break, and they're like at a point where they're like cables are kind of shorting out, and they're like skipping tracks and like jumping through different like stopping and bringing up Siri and stuff like that through my phone. I'm like,
that happens sometimes when I plug in my phone to my car, like the actual aux cable.
Oh, really?
It'll like start go beep beep. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Drop out of it.
So that's what's happening with my headphones. I'm like, I don't think I've ever had a good pair of earbuds. Like, what do you use? Do you like
there's a couple
certain types?
There's a couple brands or one brand I usually go to, and that's it's probably some hipster brand, but it's Urban Ears. We used to carry them at a place I used to work.
Yeah.
And so you get them for whatever the discount is, and I don't work there anymore, and now I'm hooked.
You're hooked. So, but you like them though.
Yeah. So let me see if I'm looking right now to see if I can find them. I don't see them, but they're and also because the color. Recently I picked one that was like a tan color.
No, very, very tactical.
Very tactical. So you can you can listen to your iPhone or whatever and listen to some music while you're out in the wilderness.
You're on the range.
Yeah. They don't really. I don't think they would block any loud noises.
You just ruin
bleeding ears.
You listen to, you're like, oh, I'm listening to my jam, and boom, ah!
Yeah.
Just kill me.
When you watch movies and like you see like gunfights or whatever, and you're like you hear like gunshots, you're like, oh yeah, that's a gun, and then you actually shoot, and you're like, fuck, that's way louder.
Yeah.
Why is this thing so
even with
small?
earbuds ear protection in, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. You feel the concussion.
Yeah.
One, because it's a real thing that's happening.
Yeah.
But a lot of guns are so loud. Even like a handgun.
Yeah.
Is so loud. And then rifles are so much louder.
Or like
they're so loud.
Like shotguns and stuff.
A lot of people hate like the modern kind of sporter rifles because they're so loud.
Really?
Yeah. Just because they're, not that this is interesting to... Maybe some people are interested.
This is probably more interesting than my anime talk.
Probably.
So.
But they are so loud. The first time you hear one, like in person, it sounds like...
It scares the shit out of you.
Yeah, it's like... maybe not scares the shit out of you. I mean, I've been known to do that. But it's a different thing, I guess. You feel the concussion on your face, like the small little hairs on your face, they all move.
Oh, yeah.
They just all like... and you can feel it every time hit your face. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. So I'm looking for new headphones. That was so shitty. I'm sorry. But I don't know. I lied. I've had Sony's before, and they were good, but they broke really quick. The Apple ones have lasted a long time, so I don't know. I might get those again. I don't know.
Don't go Apple.
Okay. Jam, dude. Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Would you get over the ear or you want earbuds?
I want earbuds. I don't know. Any listeners, viewers out there, let us know if you have any suggestions. What are your favorite earbuds? What do you like to listen to, your jams on, your podcasts to? What do you listen to earbud-wise?
The ones I like are the Urban Ears Bagus or whatever.
Okay.
They're not from... They're not a U.S. company, so that's why the names are weird. But the color I got was nougat.
All right, I'll give that a shot. I'll check it out.
Yeah. I'll let you try mine if you want.
Yeah, I'll have to give it a shot.
I'll clean them, maybe.
Nah. You got to keep the mojo in there. That's how you get the tones to your ears.
Oh, God.
All right, you ready for some topics?
Yeah, we could try something.
Okay, so this is one that I guess we were both kind of hashing out. So... Nowadays, with the internet and the phones and everything, technology nowadays, we're living in it. We are part of it now.
Yeah.
How do you hear about new gear or gear that you want to try? Like what? Like how do you come across it?
Johnny Ray.
So he whispers in your ear and tells you the new brands, new gear to try.
Yeah, definitely.
He legit does. He legit does bring new.
He comes
gear.
out of his way to my house. Actually,
yeah. We'll hang out, and he'll like bring new gear, new ideas, or he'll send us links to different pedals and companies like that.
Check out this garbage.
Yeah, I never knew that Muchon stuff was from San Diego.
Yeah, they're from Cardiff.
Yeah, until Johnny said we were at NAMM and we saw them. And like talked to one of the people, and we never knew they were in San Diego until Johnny said something.
That guy does like small runs,
yeah.
And he charges his very first like run that he does of the product, whatever. He'll do like $200 or something reasonable.
Yeah,
people will buy it and sell it for like $300, $400 immediately.
They're doing flips.
Yeah, and because you have to be
Philadelphia.
You have to be on the list. You have to, that's how some people make some money.
Yeah, even some of the other pedals too. It's like I never knew about that Boss. Like, was it the phase shifter or whatever the hell that thing is? Like the one that does that. That Johnny brought over. It's
the
like
super shifter.
Super shifter. That's what it's like.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll do the dive.
Yeah, it's kind of like was it like a Digitech kind of deal, but it's like not as garbage or huge.
It's really smooth. It'll do a really smooth dive. It'll take it super. Yeah, so it's cool on base.
Yeah, so it's like so from friends, you hear gear, and that's like I think the best, most organic way is like somebody's actual experience and like willing to tell you about the gear and like kind of show it to you. But what about like online? Is there any like Instagrams that you follow or YouTube? The YouTubes? Do you ever like? I think a lot for me is the different Facebook groups.
Yeah,
Like I'm like in a lot of them, like Pedalboards of Doom, Guitar Nerds, 60 Cycle,
Rigs of Doom.
Yeah, that's Instagram.
Rigs of Dad.
Rigs of Dad. Yeah, and so a lot of those are like on the Facebook groups, and I'm like, oh shit, like people are like posting these different like pieces of gear, especially when they like just come out. I think it was like when things like leak. When they're not supposed to come out too. Yeah. It's like, oh
when
shit.
They're leak, quote unquote.
Yeah, when you see like I'm like, oh, I saw some of the like the new Gibsons coming out. There's nothing interesting. Like when they do a flying V bass, then I'm interested. And then
I liked was it pedal boards of the day or whatever? They'll post,
Okay, yeah.
So you'll kind of fly through those and like, oh, what's that?
That's on Instagram, right?
That's on Instagram.
Yeah, that's when that's a good profile. Or a good one to follow. I think I do. There's somebody. I mean, there's like YouTube demoers, but that they're just kind of like hustling the stuff.
Yeah,
that's the one thing I'm like, that's cool.
Sometimes small time guys, who are just making their own stuff too. You just follow their feed and like shit. That guy's making better or cooler things or trying new things out.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can catch their demos that they have,
Yeah, I think some of that, and like, yeah, I think just individuals who post stuff in groups too.
Because that's kind of how we feel about Lamp Electric. It's like, oh shit, we really want to dive into that.
And it was cool to try it at Co's thing.
Yeah.
And now I'm sold on getting a shitbox. May or may not have it themed in a certain way.
Uh-oh.
But talking to the guy, he'll do.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't either.
You really don't actually.
So yeah, I think it's really cool nowadays. It's totally different than we were kids. When we were kids, and also a little maybe like different too, because when I was a kid, I was like, anybody who uses pedals is a fucking poser. Because I was just like Mesa Boogie with a humbucker Strat. That's all I fucking need. It's kind of, I mean, I could probably get away with that now, but. Pedals, I'm like stuff like that. That's how I'm hearing about it. I'm also hearing it through podcasts. So not to just like promote the thing that we're on right now, but I'm like, shit, hearing it from like Guitar Nerds and hearing it from like a lot on Guitar Knobs or like Tone Mob, where he has different like guests on there, stuff like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So podcasts definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And then the groups. Actually, I think.
Yeah, you're more active recently than you have been, and you're kind of seeing a lot more things.
Yeah, so I make a mental note of what I want.
What do you want to like check out or give it like a?
And then I'll do an Instagram flyby or whatever.
Like I'll do a dog ear that page, and then we'll come back to that.
Yeah, and see what's going on or what's new with this guy in a couple weeks or whatever. Follow him or whatever. But
what about Reddit? Do you ever go on Reddit for gear?
No,
or guitar?
I used to be huge.
You're
on
a Reddit fiend back in the day.
I used to
get the karma.
Oh my god! I used to rake it in. Not at all. No, Reddit's another beast.
Yeah, it's cool. I like to go into Reddit. Guitar pedals. That one's more my scene than like Reddit guitar. Reddit guitar is just like anything and everything in guitar.
Here's my white.
A lot of beginners.
Here's my black and white Strat.
Yeah, I'm like, nobody fucking cares.
Squire.
Or people ask like super specific questions. I'm like, how do you play this one part from the Avenged Sevenfold song? I'm like, God damn it. I'm like, this is a shitty fucking subreddit. Okay. Guitar pedals, at least, like, because people had to like type in guitar pedals. I'm like, oh, I like guitar pedals. I'll be in this this whole subreddit. But yeah, no, I'm in there a lot, and that's how I found out about barefoot buttons, actually.
Oh yeah,
I think we talked about it earlier in a past episode, but I'm like, that's how I was kind of on the beginning stages of that because they were doing their Kickstarter, and a lot of people were like slagging it off. Like
the dude who was barefoot dancing around.
Yeah, I mean, they still, I think, used that promotional video, which is garbage. And like, but and then everybody was slagging it off, like, oh, this is bullshit. This is like terrible, because it's like, why do you need that? And, like, it's like a crutch to play your pedals. I'm like, no, dude, it works. Barefoot buttons are great. I love them on my pedals. Not only do they do look cool, they can add and just make your pedal look cooler.
I bought some recently.
Nice.
I got the acrylic ones.
Yeah, those are bitchin'. Especially with the like LED, it makes it
right.
It makes it look cooler. It doesn't. That has nothing to do with it, but it does. But to me, I saw that and I flipped out. Like I only found out about it on Reddit.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh shit, this was way before, like Guitar Nerds started talking about. Way before 60 Cycle started talking about. It was like on the cutting floor. Like the guys are figuring it out and trying to get people like amped out. But I'm like, shit, I saw it on Reddit. So I think Reddit is still a really good community to be a part of and looking at it. I don't post much. I just like lurk. I'm lurking all day on Reddit, like for these posts, and like people like post custom pedals. People post like, I mean, that's how I found out about like I think Ground Control actually.
Really?
Yeah, Ground Control Audio. I saw them on there. Somebody posted. I'm like, that's a cool thing. And then it was almost like maybe within like a couple weeks or so, I heard Guitar Nerds talking about it. I'm like, oh shit, But I found out about them and started following them. Like maybe it was probably like, maybe a month or so before Guitar Nerds even mentioned them. And I was like, oh shit, I know them. And so I found out about them because I think Seb was at the point pretty active on Reddit. And I'm like, shit, that's a great thing. So if you guys aren't on Reddit, do it.
You got to get that blood oath, man.
Yeah, I really want it.
Get it.
Do it.
Do it.
But yeah, and I think some of the best ones is just like if you're in a community like on Facebook or a Facebook group and you trust the people who are in there, or you're like, oh, I'm, these friends and people are talking about this gear, you're more, I think, apt to want to
try it.
Yeah.
But I still, with like more expensive pedals, I think I still want to do the try before you buy kind of thing.
Yeah. I really wish that was like more of a viable option nowadays than it is.
I know. I think
because like you can't find this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I've talked to pedal builders, and I'm like, oh, do you have anyone carrying your product in San Diego? Oh, no, I don't, but I have someone.
They're in LA. I'm like, oh, that's not even close.
Dang, man. Like, I'm not pissed at you. I understand it's tough, but I'm like, you want to send me a demo unit?
And they're like,
this podcast, man.
And they're like, yeah, no, we heard your podcast. Fucking sucks, dick,
you
dog.
have to buy one.
You're going to have to pay double, actually.
You have to pay 15%
up
more. I'll get you a deal, man.
I'm like, get you what you deserve.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's terrible. No, I think that's cool. I mean, I don't know. Do we have anything else to add to that?
No.
Yeah, I'm like, shit. I guess we barreled through that one. All right, Kyle, we'll get another topic. You want to bring this one up?
Yeah, I can.
What is it going to be?
So, what's the worst beer you've ever had?
Ugh.
It could be like, oh, I popped open a skunky beer. It could be, this is just the worst brand of beer I've ever had.
Oh, shit. No, there was one. It's like an orangey beer. I'm not big on orangey beers.
Huh, yeah. Me neither.
It was, shit, I think it was like, can't remember the name of it. Like it was like some like Blue Moon or something, orange or some shit.
I think you're thinking of Shock Top.
Yes, no, it was Shock Top, but it was like blood orange or something.
Yeah.
Like my sister had given me like a 6-pack of it. She's like, "Oh, here you go. I don't, I'm not gonna finish this, so it's like 5 beers." I'm like, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna take 5 beers.
It's a beer.
Give me those." So when I took them home, I dumped most of them out. It tasted like you're sucking on the rind. like
you're digging your teeth in just to scrape the and then chewing on it.
Yeah, and then you like that. It was like a headache, instant headache beer.
Oh,
that
God.
was the worst beer I've ever had.
Yeah, mine's a similar beer actually.
I got another one, but yeah.
No, okay, we could trade. Blue Moon.
Blue Moon's the worst. It's not. Okay, go on.
It's not that great. It's actually pretty shitty. So And I think at this time I knew, okay, so we've had Johnny on before.
Yeah.
We've talked about the boat story. This is actually on that boat.
Okay.
Okay.
So bring it back to Johnny's.
Reference to, yeah. I'm there, minding my own business.
Yeah.
I had already had a couple beers. I'm a little toasty. And someone I knew really well, like at the time, I guess, he comes around, grabs my neck, tips my head back, and pours, like out of nowhere, pours a Blue Moon.
So you're on the party boat, and it's like, this is what we're doing. We're partying.
Basically, it was like everyone's drunk, and this guy basically force fed me like I was a baby, like over 21-year-old baby.
Yeah.
Blue Moon, and that's one thing that sticks out in my head is like,
you're like, it ruined my night.
Oh man, it was such a good night, and that ruined it. No, it was just, I remember just feeling dirty.
Like whatever gets you drunk, I guess, is good.
Yeah, it was so that's a beer I cannot get my head around. Is
like we'll drink it. Right now we're drinking Mickey's malt liquor.
Yeah,
and that's better.
People cringe when they see this. You know, I cringe when I see Blue Moon.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you put an orange on it, makes it more enjoyable. No.
It makes it shittier.
Yeah, it actually probably makes it taste like horse piss.
It makes you shittier.
Yeah. God, I just, was it a wit beer? So it's a wheat style, and it's got orange. Like
orange.
Yeah, I think I like oranges. I love orange juice. Okay.
Yeah.
I love Capri Suns that are flavored in orange. I like
the Sunny D.
Sunny D.
That is so shitty.
It is so bad. No, and I
like
hate
orange sherbet. Orange sherbet.
I do like orange.
No, that's good.
pretty fucking good.
Yeah. Creamsicles.
Oh man, keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them. No,
tickling my fancy.
but I cannot wrap my head around Blue Moon.
Ugh, yeah. Okay.
Or any of those orange beers.
Yeah, mine. Yeah, that's like orange beers.
It tastes like shit.
I can do a Blue Moon. I can hang with that.
I'm not sure if I've mentioned it before, but they smell like
cat piss.
Well, no, not cat piss. They just smell like feet. Like nasty gym feet.
Nasty feet.
Like a gym, like a men's locker room.
Yeah.
I don't know what a women's locker room smells like, but a men's locker room
is gross.
And that's like subtle notes of men's locker room. So you can put on put on the can.
You're like,
I want some Blue Moon.
I feel like a Blue Moon right now.
Yeah, it's just not my thing.
After you leave it,
if you can enjoy it, cool on you. But like,
more for you.
Fuck off with that.
More for you, I guess.
Yeah. You got another one?
Yeah. So we had this because we had the bright idea of going to Costco one time before going on tour.
Yeah.
And so what was at Costco? They have bargain big old packs of stuff, right? So we got our our bread, we got our crackers, we got stuff like that's the non-perishables that are gonna go last like a week or 2 weeks if you're on the road, you're going up to Canada back and you're going through. You want stuff that is gonna last in the van, stuff that doesn't need to be refrigerated, and then we also need some beverages. So you get your waters, but what else do you need? You need beers. And what did Kirkland have? Not only Kirkland brand waters for good price, but Kirkland brand beers.
Oh, yeah.
Kirkland brand light beers.
And that's what it's called, right? Kirkland Light? It just said light beer on it.
It just said light beer. That was like almost like a movie.
It was like in a graphic similar to like Keystone Light, but it was not in any color. It was just black printing
if
on
they
the
couldn't,
outside. They could have cut more corners. They couldn't.
If they
There'd be no aluminum can.
If they could have done Comic Sans or Times New Roman, they would have. That's how bad the graphics
You're saying
were.
they had to pay for that font?
Yeah.
They could have used Microsoft standard.
They had to develop it in-house, maybe. But anyways, it was like, okay, shit. Was it like 48 for like $20 or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was.
It was like under that.
I think it was
like
50.
But for like under $20, it was like $18 for like a 50-something pack.
Oh, yeah.
And we were like, get that.
Dang.
Get that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And so that lasted all tour. For like 2 weeks, we had these beers because it's like, We were lugging them around. We were actually giving them out to people who were at the shows.
Yeah,
I mean, totally
it's real
illegal.
good.
But we were giving them to people. It's like we were at a bar, and it's like people are like, "Oh shit, oh man, we liked you guys." I'm like, "Oh, they bought CDs." I'm like, "You know what? Take a couple beers."
We didn't card them though. We probably should have carded them.
Oh shit, that's incriminating. But like, they're at a bar, so somebody should have. So we're like giving them beers. They buy a CD or like a vinyl, disc, and then like shirts or whatever, and we like, oh, here's a tip. Remember playing with that?
Thanks for showing up.
Thanks for showing up. And they're like, what the fuck? A light Kirkland beer?
Thanks, bitch.
Thanks. No thanks. They throw the can in the van. They shove a can in the tailpipe. It was garbage. I remember like, just like, okay, like I'm gonna like. There's some times where we were like in the middle of like kind of like nowhere, like kind of like in between like NorCal and like Oregon, like somewhere down there. It's like, okay, we stopped somewhere. I'm like, I'm just gonna go to sleep. I'm like, what do we have? I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay. Like I just drove for a while. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna crack open a couple beers. Like, what do we have? Kirkland Lights. Fuck. All right. Crack them open and just drink these fuckers down, and I'm gonna go to bed. A little nightcap for myself. I like to treat myself right before I go to bed, and I sleep on the Ampeg cabinet. Yeah, and I tuck myself in and just listen to my bullshit podcast or whatever. Yeah. So that was it. They did not taste good. They were not worth it, and they barely got you drunk.
Yeah, I think that the reason why those lasted so long is because we bought more beer.
Well, because we kept buying beers along the way, because it's like nobody wanted that. Miller Lights or some of our favorite tour beer, because we don't get it in San Diego, because San Diego is the Pinky Up craft beer.
Oh yeah,
a lot of like twisty mustache beers in San Diego. But what we don't get around here is the
Milwaukee's Best Ice.
Milwaukee's Best Ice.
I have some in the garage here, actually.
Yeah, some of the best, best beers. Milwaukee's Best, because it's like what 7% lager.
Yeah, it's like a 6.9 or something.
Oh god, it's ridiculous.
Or no, I think it's a 5.9.
Okay,
but it's still high for a lager.
Yeah, you get those and they're cheap, and you're just like, get shitty.
Yeah,
because sometimes when you're on the road, you play one of those bad nights. You got to get to the next town. Guess what? Throw a few of those bad boys back. It was all good. It was all gravy. Guess what? Tomorrow's a new day.
I remember the first time I had an IPA. I was like, what is wrong with this beer?
Yeah.
Nobody explained it to me. Just like, oh, you want a beer? Yeah, no problem. Crack it open. I'm like, what is this? But I drank it. Yeah. But I did not enjoy it. Now I love IPAs.
IPAs are definitely an acquired taste. Yeah, so a similar story to mine. I happened to be on a first date with a girl. She ended up being my girlfriend later, but at the first date, you got to be like, okay, I got to be on my game. Don't want to be like, don't try not to fuck up, and you're nervous and everything like that too. And so she had ordered an IPA, and I was like, I've never had one of those before. I was like, I was like 22, something like that. And I was like, I'm going to get the same thing. Let me get one of those. And I was like, holy shit. It tastes like I'm drinking turpentine. What the fuck? Yeah. And I was like, I didn't want to be like, this tastes like shit. Could I get, Newcastle or Bud Light or something?
Something smooth.
And so I'm like, in my head, I'm like, come on, keep it together, Brian. Keep it together. You can do this. That's what we trained for.
And then he puked all over the table.
Nope. And then I was like, okay, I kept it going. And then further along dating her, I was like, I grew accustomed to IPAs, especially West Coast IPAs. And so that's why I like IPAs now. Like at first I was like,
yeah,
this is like
the first time you
thing.
have it.
Yeah, it was like, boom, a shot to the kisser.
Yeah.
And I was like, boom, that was not good. So
turned your face inside out.
That was me. I'm like, keep it together, keep it together, keep it together.
I think mine was Thanksgiving. I was at my wife's aunt's house. I think that's all they had was like, the stronger tasting beers, bitters, and so Like, oh yeah, you want a beer? I think that you were already on. Was it I can't remember if it was a Sierra Nevada or if it was the Bear Republic. But that's all they had. I was like, oh, I'll take the Sierra Nevada.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is this? I'm like, I think this one's like bad.
Was I there?
No.
Oh, so
I just know that you
I was
were in the
drinking
Bear
it.
Republic. And
Yeah. Okay.
And
So we were this was kind of at the same time. So you and I both experienced IPAs around the same time.
Yeah. So I had Sierra Nevada.
We were youngsters.
Sierra Nevada, and I'm like, oh man, I think this beer's bad. Like I think it's bad. Like, what are you talking about?
This Coke's gone bad.
This Coke, this pop's gone bad.
This pop's gone bad. Yeah.
And he's like, no, that's how they are. I'm like, oh, I just seem like a total noob.
Yeah.
Because I'd only had lagers or stouts. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I'll have the smoothest beer. Could I get a Guinness, please? Chocolate milk.
Can I get a milkshake?
Yeah. Can I get a Guinness, please? Can I get a maraschino on top?
Can I get a? And one of
Do you want whip, sir?
One of the barbershop straws.
Yeah.
Looking.
Oh, it comes with whip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was my that was kind of my first experience.
At the same time, like, what the hell is this?
I think we were like in our own different worlds, but like trying IPAs at the same time. I think also like sours. I've already said it before, but like Modern Times, was it Fruitlands?
That's a horrible beer.
Tastes like ball sweat.
I'll take your word on that one.
Yeah, okay, you've never sweat before? Okay, fine. Okay, I stand alone.
I've also never tasted them.
Yeah, neither have I.
Tried.
That was a shitty joke.
That was so bad.
It came back in the end. That was with the assist. Alley-oop. Kyle got it. Okay, let's end this. Let's do a real guitar topic. Let's do that.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, what is the most you'd ever comfortably spend on a guitar? So for you, let's say like you're not a bass player anymore, playing with a pilot has fizzled out, you're now a guitar player, but you need to get a guitar. What is the most you'd ever spend on a guitar? And then, like, how would you justify it?
Well, I'd probably want to get something that was custom made, handmade something. Yeah. I'm not trying to. I'm not sure exactly what I would go for, but I've seen some Jennings guitars that are kind of cool. Should you want me to name a price and then go into it, or?
I guess name a price and what you would.
Okay.
What you would consider?
I'd probably consider maybe like around $3,000.
Okay. Yeah.
That's pretty good. You could get some decent,
You could get some fucking crazy stuff.
Really good stuff.
Yeah.
Which I haven't looked up anything in that price range, like on Reverb or anything. But was it Jennings?
Yeah.
Has some cool guitars. I think we played some one day.
Yeah.
You could get some kick-ass Fender. You could do a Fender custom shop, which would be really cool.
You could totally
That's probably what I would do, actually.
You even get used Fenders or used, custom shop Fenders.
Because I'd probably get a Jazzmaster, custom Jazzmaster.
Something more offset.
Yeah. But I don't know. I've always, like I've said before, I've always leaned towards Tellys.
Yeah.
But I think I would go all out and get a really nice custom Jazzmaster.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool.
And I would probably still have money left over, I guess, but
yeah,
maybe. I don't know.
I think
I have to really look into it.
For me, I think I'm sitting around the same time, same price point as you, like $2,500 to $3,000.
Okay.
$2,500 to $3,000.
Is there a certain brand you're looking at?
Yeah. I mean, I would probably do the same thing. I'd want to do a more smaller boutique brand if I could.
Yeah.
Because I'm at a point as a guitar player where I know what I want. I know what is going to last for me.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to turn this shit around. I'm not trying to be like, I'm going to flip this shit. And I'm like, no, there's anything wrong with that.
already know what your setup would be.
Like, it's just, I want something that is going to work for live, and I want something that's going to work for the studio. And it's got to have an Evertune, and it's got to, that's the main thing that's going to work for live or studio. Because it's like, Evertune's going to fucking work.
Yeah.
Anyways, so there's not a lot of builders who are into doing that. So a couple that would be like, aftermarket, like Evertune takes Fenders and Gibsons and does something like that.
Yeah.
So they do it in-house, actually. So you can buy them from Evertune. Kiesel will do. They will do like full custom shop. You just basically pick out what the hell you want, and they'll build it.
That'd be pretty cool.
And they do pretty good price. They do it you can get that for $1,500 to $2,000.
Wow.
Like a whole. But they have very niche style. It's very like if you want to shred and like a super stratty, like they'll do a super strat.
Yeah.
Anything kind of more like boutique-y, even though they are kind of a small brand. Like, I mean, they're Escondido or whatever.
Yeah.
Small company. They're not a fucking Fender. They're not a Gibson. But it's like they don't have a boutique style. Like they don't look like Jennings. They don't look like Gower. They're
their own thing.
Yeah. They're more of like, a super, like they're like a shredder metal guitar thing. And I think that'd be cool to have. And then I don't want to bring this up every time, but I'm like, Kevin Equitz Guitars.
Yeah.
And talking to him, he's a guy who will work with you and make a guitar for you. Because it's like, he doesn't want to waste the time making a guitar that nobody's going to play. And I'm like, and so talking to him, I'm like, he's going to make a guitar, which is like, take the best parts of like a Les Paul Jr., a Telecaster, or like an Epiphone Wilshire, and shove them together. And he came up with his own thing, which is a
high quality handmade product.
And like, fuck, the dude like literally like makes it by hand.
Oh,
like
yeah.
He'll do like live streams on like Gear Slumber Flippers, and you're like, dude's like by hand making a fucking neck, talking about like, I'm shimming this and doing this. I'm like, if I catch a burr, it could change the neck a little bit. I'm like, what the fuck? The dude's making it by hand, not like some machine like
not CNC'd.
He's making it by hand in his garage, and that is crazy.
Yeah.
And so
I really like that baseball neck he's got. The baseball bat
that
neck.
red one. I'm like, fuck. And I don't play a lot of guitars with big necks except for my SG, and I'm like, that's super comfortable.
The SG is pretty comfortable.
Yeah,
I do have to say.
I need to play it more. But him, I'm like, even just talking to him, I'm like, okay, you do more traditional style. Would you ever do? And he's like, yeah, I would.
That's cool.
And I'm like, I would do it because it's like something that you feel passionate about, and because you do, I do. And so that's a builder. I'm like, I could never talk to Gibson about that shit. You can never talk to like Fender about that shit. But, I think with these like smaller boutique brands, it's like you can, I don't know, kind of like make something that you want. And it's like, okay, it might be a little bit more, but it's like you're going to get what you want. So to me, $25,000 to $3,000 is a good price for a guitar. Like I'm at a point now, like I have every guitar that I kind of want right now. I kind of want my own custom guitar to be made. And so that's where I'm at right now. So maybe quickly, how much would you ever spend on a pedal? A pedal, not a multi-effects pedal.
Oh,
so
shit.
No Strymons. No big boy Strymons.
Fuck. Probably
no fractals.
Okay, so probably like maybe $250.
That you comfortably would spend on a...
If I found something that was like, this is going to be a sick fucking pedal, not just like, okay. Yeah, well, $250, that's like in boutique zone.
That's a lot.
I know it's a lot.
So that's for like, I don't know, I guess a double side. I don't know.
It
depends on what it is, I guess. Yeah. Okay. All right. Chill out.
It's not.
You're gonna flip.
This pedal by weight is per ounce. It's you don't do that.
I sometimes do that where I'll feel how heavy a pedal is compared to the other one. I'm like, I'm like, why am I doing this?
that MXR pedal, the yellow one is was I paid $40 for it? It's like it feels like it's almost a pound. It's
way heavier than your custom shop one, or
it's so heavy.
Like I'm like,
it's like
I'm like weighing them like between my hands. I'm like I'm a weighted scale. I'm like, and I look at myself in the mirror. Why are you like this? This has nothing to do with what the quality of a pedal is.
That's
Okay.
true.
Okay, so 250.
Yeah, I'd say 250.
That's your.
Yeah.
You prefer less, but your 250
Yeah, of
is your price
course.
point.
I think that I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think I'd ever pay over that.
Okay.
Like the 200, 250
I
zone.
think, yeah. To me, 200 or less. Like 200 is like, fuck.
Yeah.
This better be a good fucking pedal. I don't think I've ever paid more than $200.
Yeah. Well, I've looked at pedals and you're like,
Okay, so I bought my Flint for $240, and I bought my.
that's a multi-effect though, right?
It's two pedals, and it's
Yeah.
a Strymon, so
Try on.
gets a pass. And then I've paid like $220 or $200 even, I think, for my DD 500, and that's like 100 presets for delays, and I paid less for that than my Strymon
Yeah.
Flint. But the Strymon Flint is all right.
No, I mean, I don't want to.
I would legit want to pay 200 or 180 for a pedal. I don't think I've paid more than 200.
I think it depends on a couple different factors. It's not just like, oh, a pedal. This is my ideal pedal.
Okay, yeah, no, you're totally right. Depends on if it's a boutique builder.
Yeah,
because to
and
me, I'm like, I take that. Into
There's some builders that they're not just like, it's not just the circuit they're doing. They're also making, they're making the enclosure stand out more. They may make it out of a different material than a standard. They're not making it out of aluminum. They're making it out of something else.
Yeah.
There's time that's going into that. I think that's what some people look for.
Yeah.
It doesn't really help with the sound of the pedal or the circuit, whatever.
But also, like, it adds to your attachment to it.
It's true, yeah. You can let's say,
and
you can call the guy up and say, hey, I want it in this color. All right, cool.
Yeah.
And then also I've seen, hey, I want a refin on this. Oh, send it back. I'll do it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's money exchange, but whatever.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot of things that you can do with a pedal, and it kind of adds to the cost or takes away from it. So it kind of goes to it, but still, all in all, I would probably want to pay less than $200.
Yeah,
that's kind of my cap.
And I think I'd probably save. But this is my $40 a week I can spend on a pedal.
Yeah,
on pedals. So I will not buy pedals for like 2 months, but I won't.
Yeah,
I won't. You can't stop me.
Can't stop, won't stop.
No.
All right, I think we're gonna bring it in here.
Yeah.
So you said everything you need to say, Kyle?
Yeah, I think, and I said some things I shouldn't have said.
Okay, so before we end it out here, we just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. And if you guys like what you hear and you want to be more of a part of the show, you guys can join us on our Facebook group.
Yeah.
Just search The Tone Jerks. You're going to find us. We're on Instagram at The Tone Jerks. Follow us on there. We're posting daily. We're posting some fun shit. Tag us and shit. We'll be good. And then if you guys really like what you hear and you want to help support the show, you guys can be a patron on our Patreon. So patreon.com/The Tone Jerks. And you can help support the show for as little as $1 a month. And at $2 a month, just $2, you guys can get an extra episode every week. And, you get a little bit of a shout out by doing that too. So we want to give a shout out to our Patreon supporters so far. So we want to give a shout out to Co and Paul from the Flippin' Flippers podcast. So they release an episode every Tuesday, just like us. The Tones Tuesday. Check out our brothers over at the Flippin' Flippers podcast.
The Tones Bros.
The Tones Bros. Tones for your bones. Listen to the Flippin' Flippers podcast. Whatever podcatcher you're listening to this shit on, go tune into Flippin' Flippers. They're way nicer guys than we are.
Yeah.
It's like the dichotomy. We're the assholes and they're the nice guys.
It's like a parallel universe.
Yeah. And then we have our boy, Mr. Johnny Ray. Johnny Two Guns. Big supporter of the show. Big supporter of us. He's in the groups. He's been on the podcast a couple times. So Mr. Johnny Ray, shout out to him. And we have RJ, our boy from the Teletalks YouTube channel. He's posting videos weekly. I think a couple times a week.
Yeah, check him out.
He helps us too with our videos. So check him out. Give him a huge shout out. Follow him on YouTube and Instagram. And then we have a couple new ones. We have Joseph from Like My Pedals.
Yeah,
started supporting the tone.
It's pretty
jerks.
cool.
Then we have a new one. We kind of don't know who he is or she. We don't know who they are.
They are.
Yeah. So it's just the MCG. And if you want to, remain kind of anonymous like that, that's cool.
Is it MCG or is it McG?
McG.
McG.
MCG. It might be that,
don't do that.
Okay. Master of ceremonies. Who knows? But they're helping us out and supporting us on Patreon. And then we also, last but not least, we have Fat Foot Effects.
Oh yeah.
Been supporting us for a while, and I want to say we've been building this up, but you gotta make sure to follow Fat Foot Effects on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. We have something that we're gonna be releasing soon. A little something for you guys. We give a shout out to everybody. Thank you so much. Like episode 30. I think that's kind of a big deal. I can't believe that people are listening to us. They're like, you guys are giving a shit about what we're doing, and we are a little, ahead of ourselves.
Can't believe we made it.
I'm beside myself that people are digging what we're doing. So thank you so much. And it might be the Mickeys talking, but
yeah,
I'm loving it and I'm liking it. So thank you guys, and we will see you next week. We love you all.
Have a good one. Bye.
Bye-bye.